Hello, welcome to Color Me Impressed. Today I'm going to be sharing all of my completed color by number pages from October of this year through when I started adult coloring, so I would say maybe April. So I'm going to start with the most recent color by numbers that I've completed in Sachin Sachdeva's Halloween color by number book. And I don't mark the dates on these, even though I really should. So I did these all at some point in October, but I don't remember exactly when. All of these were done with alcohol markers. So it's very fun. I use the same markers for every page. So it's pretty easy for me to just pick these up and do these while I watch TV. So this is fun. And there's no other embellishments on this page, but then I did add some embellishments to the two remaining pages I completed here. So again, this is just Cali Art alcohol markers, and then I added a little bit of glitter water-based markers. And I did also change some of the skin tones. I think they're all labeled to be peach, but I wanted a little more variety. Then we got this witch. I really liked doing this one. I think I did the right colors for the most part, but I did go over some of the colors with a glitter marker again, just to make it look a little more magical, and I added some glitter stars in the window as well. So this is a really fun book. I'm sad that I only got to do 3 in here, so maybe I'll do more. There are some more general fall ones and things like that that I could still do in November. Next up, this is Chibi Girls by Color Questopia. This is actually my first Color Questopia book, and I need to get more as soon as possible. I had so much fun doing this. And these, I know Color Questopia has kind of expanded their color palette, but this was still when they're doing I don't know, I can't do math, but less than the 50 that I see them doing now. This is just the normal white background. And I did the last page in the book, kind of doing what Danny Buttons does, where I use alcohol markers, and so when I work backwards, it won't color up the color palette. Not that it's too hard to see, but I liked her idea, so I stole it. So I did this little angel girl. Some of the colors I found to be a bit weird, so I might try to plan ahead next time and maybe see what colors they're anticipating for things and kind of make that decision on maybe these could have been a little lighter. They're a little more primary than everything else. So I think I actually probably did that for her. I made the colors a little more pastel once I saw what the colors were turning out to be. But overall, I really had a good time, and I really do like doing the borders with gel pen. So I'll definitely be doing more in this book. So that was Chibi Girls by Color Questopia. All right, Belba Family's Mystery Mosaics Wow Animals. Oh my God, this was my first Belba family, and I just tore through this book. I had so much fun. I believe I did most of these with the X method, but some of them I was doing a little bit different, where I color in some squares here and there. So I think I just did these in order, and I think they turn out so nicely. I'm not going to turn that around, but I'm sure many of you have seen these before, and if you haven't and want to keep it a mystery, I would fast forward ahead a little bit. These are just so cute. Pretty soon I'm going to get to where I started coloring in some squares. And with these books, again, I use the Ohuhu double-ended water-based markers. So in here I'm using the fine liner part of that marker. And then for when I'm coloring in more, I use the brush tip. So again, it's nice. I keep just a pencil case of all of those pens that I've predetermined as the colors, so I can just pick this up whenever I want. And I really like doing that. And I like the X method, but this just looks so vibrant when you color in the squares. So I think that's the last one I've done in here. So you can see I got quite a few completed. And these, I believe, were done, oh, I don't know, maybe early fall, late summer. Now I picked up the Celestial Color Counts because I saw Lisa's Coloring Corner raving about these books. This was my first from Mindware, and I really enjoy these. So I actually colored every single page in this book while I was binging Riverdale earlier this year. Same deal, I use just a normal set of Crayola Super Tips, and I labeled them all based on the color palette that is here. And then I just went at it. I like using water-based markers for these mosaic types where I'm not coloring in large spaces, so these turned out really nice. And in case you aren't aware, they also come with pages that don't have any color palettes, so you can color in your own, but I just tear those out because I'm not going to do those. And then, oh, I was adding my completed date, so this was May 30th. Looks like I was doing this in May and June. And then we have these double page spreads that they do, which are fun. Yeah, these are just so fun to not have to worry about, you know, sometimes if you're using alcohol markers and even color by number, you still have to make sure you're not stopping in the middle of something, otherwise you'll create streaking. So with these smaller spaces, it's nicer if you're using alcohol markers as well, to be able to just color a little spot and then put it down if you're wanting to catch something on TV or anything like that. I tend to do a lot of my color by numbers while I'm watching something. Yeah, I think I really like how colorful these are. This is the cover image. I have noticed they do have the Mindware books on Amazon, but they tend to be a little bit more expensive or have a shipping cost. They're not Prime eligible. So if you go to the Mindware website, they have them for probably the same price, but they have deals where you can buy a few and get some percentage off. So I'll have to check that out. And you can see some of the colors are a little bit more unique, you know, which I like. And the last one. Now I do think, just as a heads up, a couple of my markers started running out. I think the yellow and maybe the light blue started getting a little dry from the super tips, and that's just using it in this book. So just keep that in mind, that it'll probably use a lot of your marker ink. So don't use something super expensive unless you want to. And this is the Brain Games line of color by numbers. I saw these from Nikki and Niagara's channel, and I like these because they have the spiral binding. Again, very fun to do while you are watching TV or something similar. So we got some boats here, and these have the color palettes on the bottom, and they tend to be a little bit more simple than some of the other color palettes you'll see. And these do change from page to page, as you'll see. And I did these all with Ohuhu alcohol markers. And I really do just write down the marker names at the bottom. I don't know why I did this page. I guess because it was 3 colors that I thought I could easily get, but I really hate everything on this page, but they're a little cuter than the normal bugs, so. And that's really pretty. Let me got the little box. So that was the Brain Games Color by Number, the pink book. I think they label them based on the color of the book if you look for them on Amazon. All right, as you can see, I did so much in the Cuadrados Mágicos. I think it's Cuadrados and Mágicos, actually. But this is the Princesses and Fairies edition of the Hachette Heroes. I did get the Spanish versions because I found them pretty cheaply at Book Depository. They're obviously the same as the Cahiers Mystère, but they're in Spanish, so I think probably they're getting sent from Mexico maybe, and they're a little bit cheaper. But let's see if I can find the ones I did in here. These are just the normal squares. They're a little bit larger than the 3x3s. I'm bad at math, so I can't tell you. Maybe they're 4x4, something like that. I don't think it says here. So when I'm doing the X method, it doesn't look as sharp as, say, the Belba family's smaller squares, but it's still fun. The only thing I would say is sometimes the eyes tend to look a little weird in these books if you're doing the X method because the squares are larger. Snow White. Another thing about these books that I find is that the colors can sometimes be very close, and even though I have the 100 set of Ohuhu dual tip markers that I was using for this book, I still found it kind of difficult to find the varying colors at some points. So this is Cinderella, and again you'll see the eye looks weird. So I think later in this book, if I was doing the X method, I would fill in the eye a little bit more. Yeah, but that also kind of looks weird. So, you know, I think these books actually look a little bit better when you fill in the squares entirely, but it's still so much fun to do the X method here. So this is Sleeping Beauty. This is Ariel. And then you'll see at a certain point what I started doing was there's about 2 pictures of each princess. So I started doing one in X method and then one filled in because I do like how it looks when it's filled in. It can look a little streaky, so I feel like if you fill in maybe one row at a time, it'll get less streaky, but it is what it is. It's the process. We got Mulan. And then I also did one that was colored, and this one looks really cool. And I don't think you'd get quite as good of an effect if you were doing the X method. So, you know, it's nice to mix it up. And then we have Merida and the Fairy Godmother from Cinderella, I think. And then we have the 3 fairy godmothers in Sleeping Beauty. And again, the eyes look a little bit like they're dead. So that's kind of why I stopped trying to do the X method with the eyes. So yeah, this is a really fun book. Got a lot of options here. So that was Cuadrados Mágicos. And then my last color by number pictures are from the Grand Clásicos. Again, this is, I forgot what they're called when they're the French versions, but this is Hachette Heroes. I think they're called Grand Clásicos. And this is volume 3. I just kind of chose a book that I liked that had the most characters that I liked, I guess. And that was a good price on Book Depository as well. And again, this is the Spanish version. Okay, so I'm scared to show you the inside because something, well, oh my God. Okay, so let me do this. So Elsa turned out great. I colored this with alcohol markers because it was the, you know, just the back page with some words on it. So she turned out really nice. I think I still kind of messed up a few things, but overall I really like how she turned out. I added a little glitter. And then something terribly tragic happened to Anna. Oh my god. She is really used to those Nordic temperatures and then went out in the sun and something bad happened. She didn't know to wear sunscreen. Sun safety is important, folks. So yeah, I really, it's just so bad. This is actually because I was using, this is water-based, and I was using Crayola Super Tips for this, and I just didn't have any good skin colors, and I thought that was gonna be fine, and it was too late, and then it also ended up streaky, so yep. So then I forgot what her name is. It's something cute, Vanellope maybe, from Wreck-It Ralph, and I had actually gotten just a small set of Tombow skin colors, and that worked out a lot better for her face, and then everything else is Crayola Super Tips. So yeah, I like this a lot better than Anna for sure. And this is a fun book. I do just find it a little complex at times, trying to find where all the lines go, and I mean that is part of the challenge, but I haven't gone back to this in a while, and I definitely need to because it is fun. All right, so that was from Clásicos. I think with all of the color by number pages that I completed, my total is 46 since the start of when I began adult coloring. So not too bad, but I do have some more that I want to complete before the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe doing some buddy colors as well. So I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the comments below, if you could let me know what your favorite color by number book is right now, that would be great. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks so much.